The vast chamber on Aloria Prime glowed with soft blue light. Thousands of seats rose in wide circles around the central platform. Delegates from every corner of known space sat quietly. Their bodies were strange to each other, some covered in shining scales, some with long feathers, some made of living crystal, some with many jointed legs. But today, no one argued or whispered. Everyone stared at the huge hologram floating above the floor. The image showed old battle records from 300 years ago. A small group of human ships, only 12 in total, faced 3 full fleets from the old coalition. The coalition ships were huge, covered in heavy armor and bright energy weapons. The human ships looked small and plain by comparison. Yet in less than 6 hours, the coalition fleets were gone. Wreckage floated in silent clouds. Escape pods drifted without power. The last transmission came from a human admiral. His voice was calm, almost bored. "We were just defending our shipping lanes. Do not come back." The hologram froze on that face, human male, eyes steady. Then it faded to black. A low sound rose in the chamber. It was not quite fear, not quite anger. It was the sound many species make when they remember something they wish they could forget. Elder Vorsh, the oldest member of the council, rose slowly on his 6 thin legs. His voice came through the translators in a dry whisper. "We quarantined them after that day. No ships in, no ships out. No messages, no trade, no scouts. For 3 centuries we kept the line, and the humans stayed inside." He paused. His compound eyes swept the room. "Until now." Another hologram appeared. This one showed live war data. Red and gold lines twisted across the star map like burning rivers. The Great Conflagration. The Dominion, beings of living crystal, pushed from the core outward. The Hive Concord, insect-like swarms that built and ate whole worlds, pushed back from the rim. 1,000 systems had already burned. Trillions were dead or scattered. Planets cracked open. Stars dimmed from stolen fuel. The front lines moved closer every day. One bright red arrow pointed straight toward the small yellow dot marked Sol, Earth's home. A delegate from the aquatic world of Falor lifted a fin. "How long until they cross into human space?" 3 months, answered the tactical AI in the center. Its voice was flat and cold. "Perhaps less if either side makes a fast jump." Murmurs spread. Many delegates looked at each other. Some lowered their heads. Others gripped their seats harder. "We cannot let the war reach Sol," said Ambassador Lyrine, a tall, feathered being from the pacifist world of Cygnus. Her crest shook with worry. "If the humans wake up, if they choose a side—" Everyone knew the rest. A crystal delegate from the Dominion Embassy spoke next. His body chimed softly when he moved. "We do not ask them to fight for us. We ask them to do nothing. Stay quiet. Stay inside. Let the war pass around them like water around a stone." The insect delegate from the hive clicked mandibles in agreement. "Both sides agree on this one thing only. Humanity must not join. Not ours, not theirs, not even against both." Elder Vorsh tapped a claw on the platform. Silence returned. "Then we must speak to them," he said. "For the first time in 3 centuries, we must beg." The word hung heavy. Beg. No council had begged anyone in living memory. They ruled. They judged. They quarantined threats. They did not beg. Yet here they were. "Who will carry the message?" asked Lyrine. All eyes turned to Ambassador Kael'Vir. He sat high in the feathered section, tall even for his kind, with silver-gray plumes and calm black eyes. He had studied old human records more than anyone. He had written 3 reports on why the quarantine must never break. He hated the idea of going to Sol more than most. But he did not refuse. Kael'Vir stood, his long neck bent in the sign of acceptance. "I will go," he said simply. A ripple of relief passed through the chamber. "You will take the smallest ship," Vorsh ordered. "No weapons, no escorts, white surrender fields only. Broadcast the plea on every open channel before you cross the line. If they fire, we will know our fate." Kael'Vir nodded once. The hologram changed again. It showed the Sol system. 8 planets. One small blue world, third from the sun. Around it, a faint red circle, the quarantine boundary. Beyond that line, human ships patrolled. Not many, but enough. Sensors showed automated platforms, hidden missile batteries, ghost drones that appeared and vanished. Nothing had crossed in or out for generations. Yet the sensors also showed something new. Faint heat blooms in the asteroid belt. Old shipyards waking up. Fusion lights that had been dark for centuries now flickered on. Kael'Vir felt cold under his feathers. "They are preparing," he said quietly. No one answered. The session ended soon after. Delegates left in silence. No celebrations, no speeches. Only the soft sound of footsteps and claws and wings moving away. Kael'Vir walked alone to the docking rings. His personal ship waited, a smooth white diplomatic cutter named Dawn Whisper. No guns, no shields worth mentioning. Only sensors, translators, and a single strong transmitter. He boarded. The door closed behind him with a soft hiss. Inside, the control room was empty, except for one pilot drone. It turned its single eye toward him. "Course set for Sol quarantine line," it said. "Estimated arrival in 9 days, at safe speed." Kael'Vir settled into the command chair. He pulled up the message file. The council had approved the words only hours earlier. He read them again, though he knew every line by heart. "To the people of Earth, we, the Galactic Council, speak with respect and fear. A great war burns across the stars. It comes near your home. We do not ask you to fight. We do not ask you to choose. We ask only this: stay away from the war. Do not join. Do not interfere. Do not cross your boundary. Your strength is known. Your anger is feared. Let the storm pass. We beg you, stay away from Earth in this war." He closed the file. The ship trembled as engines warmed. A Loria Prime fell away below. Stars stretched into bright lines. Kael'Vir looked out the forward window. Somewhere ahead, hidden in the dark between stars, waited the small yellow system no one had dared disturb for 300 years. He felt very small and very afraid. The Dawn Whisper flew on. The small white ship, Dawn Whisper, crossed the invisible line slowly. No weapons, no shields raised. Every light on the hull glowed soft white, the old surrender color used across the galaxy when someone came to talk, not fight. Inside the control room, Ambassador Kael'Vir sat very still. His feathers were pressed tight against his body from nerves. The pilot drone watched the screens without blinking. They had broadcast the message for 2 full days before crossing. Every open channel, every known human frequency. The same words repeated again and again in calm standard galactic. "To the people of Earth, we come in peace. We beg you to hear us. A great war approaches your stars. We ask only that you stay away from it. Do not join. Do not fight. Let it pass. We beg you, stay away from Earth in this war." No answer came. Now they were inside the quarantine zone. The sensors showed nothing at first, just empty black space. Then, one by one, small red dots appeared on the edge of the screen. They grew fast. Defense platforms, dozens of them. Silent. No energy spikes. No targeting locks. Just watching. Kael'Vir swallowed. His throat felt dry. "Keep broadcasting," he told the drone. "Add our identification. Say we carry no weapons." The drone obeyed. The message looped louder. Minutes passed, then hours. 17 hours total. HFY did not move from the chair. He watched the platforms. They did not fire. They did not move closer. They simply existed, like patient guards who knew the visitor was already caught. At hour 17, something changed. A single ship appeared on the main screen. It came from nowhere, sudden, like it had always been there, and only now decided to show itself. A corvette. Small, sharp lines, dark hull that drank the starlight. No bright markings, just one steady blue beacon. It stopped exactly 1,000 kilometers away. Perfect distance, close enough to talk, far enough to fight, if needed. A voice came over the open channel. Clear, human, female, calm. This is Captain Reyes of Earth Defense Force. State your business or leave. HFY stood quickly. His long fingers brushed the transmit key. Captain Reyes, he said, forcing his voice to stay even. I am Ambassador HFY of the Galactic Council. I come alone, unarmed. I carry a message from every species in known space. We ask only to speak, face to face if you allow, or by this channel, please. Silence. Then the voice returned. Transmit your message, full record, no edits, we are listening. HFY opened the file. The hologram rose in the center of his bridge. It showed the burning war, worlds cracked like eggs, fleets dying in bright flashes. The front lines moving closer to the yellow dot of Sol. Then, the plea. The Council's words played in every language the humans might know. HFY added his own voice at the end. We do not ask you to fight for us. We do not ask you to choose a side. We know what happened 300 years ago. We remember. That is why we beg. Your strength would break the balance. It would end everything for all of us. Please, stay inside your space. Stay away from the war. Leave Earth alone in this storm. The hologram faded. More silence. HFY waited. His heart beat loud in his ears. When Captain Reyes spoke again, her tone had not changed. We have been out of your games for 300 years. Why should we care now? HFY felt a small hope. They were talking, not shooting. Because the war comes to you whether you want it or not, he answered. Scouts from both sides already test your borders. They think the quarantine still holds them back. But soon they will push through. If they touch your worlds, we fear what you will do. Not just to them, to everything. Another pause. We offer tribute, HFY continued quickly. Worlds, resources, technology we have kept from you. Name your price. We will pay it. Just stay neutral. Stay quiet. The human ship did not move. No weapons showed. But HFY's sensors picked up something new. Every defense platform around them had gone to full power. Not aimed at the Dawn Whisper, not yet. Just ready. Captain Reyes spoke again. You think we need your gifts to survive? No, HFY said fast. We think the galaxy needs you to stay calm. A soft sound came over the channel. It might have been a laugh. Short, dry. We will think about it. That was all. The corvette turned slowly. Its engines glowed faint blue. It moved away. Not fast, not slow. Just steady. Wait, HFY started. But the channel closed. The defense platform stayed hot. Watching. HFY sat down hard. His feathers trembled. Set course back to the line, he told the drone. Slow. No sudden moves. The Dawn Whisper turned. It flew out the way it came. Behind it, the human ship vanished from sensors like smoke. The platforms powered down one by one. But HFY knew they were still there. Always there. Hours later, when the quarantine line was far behind, HFY opened a secure link to Aloria Prime. Elder Vorsh answered at once. You live, he said, relief clear in his voice. They listened, HFY reported. They did not fire, but they did not agree. What did they say? Vorsh asked. They asked why they should care. Then they said they will think about it. Vorsh was quiet for a long time. And their ships? The moment we spoke, every platform in the system woke up. Quietly. No show, just power. Another pause. Did you see their faces? Only the captain. Human. Calm. No fear. No anger. Just waiting. Vorsh sighed. Then we wait too. Send the full record. We will call the council again. Kael'var closed the link. He looked out at the stars. Somewhere behind him the small yellow system sat quiet. Blue Earth turned slowly in the dark. Around it, invisible lines of steel and fire waited. He remembered the old records, the human admiral's last words. Do not come back. They had come back anyway. Now the humans were the ones saying wait. Kael'var pulled his wings tight around himself. He hoped they would keep waiting, because if they stopped, no one knew what came after that. The Dawn Whisper flew on toward home. Behind it, the silence of Sol stretched long and deep. The council chamber on Aloria Prime felt colder than before. The same blue lights glowed, but now they seemed dim. Delegates sat in their seats with tight faces. No one spoke much. Everyone waited for the holofeed from Ambassador Kael'var. When it opened, his silver-gray feathers looked dull. His black eyes were tired. I delivered the message, he said. They listened. No shots, no threats, but they asked one question. The chamber stayed quiet. What question? Elder Vorsh asked from his high seat. Kael'var's voice came soft through the speakers. They asked, if we stay out, who wins? A low sound moved through the room. Not anger, not fear exactly. It was the sound of many minds realizing the same bad truth at once. No one had an answer that felt safe. Lyrine, the tall feathered delegate, stood first. We cannot tell them who wins. If we say the Dominion, the Hive will hate us more. If we say the Hive, the Dominion will hate us more. If we say the Hive, the crystal fleets will turn on us. If we say neither, they will laugh. They do not laugh like that, Kael'var said. They wait. The crystal delegate from the Dominion Embassy spoke next. His body made small ringing sounds when he moved. Our scouts tried to pass near their outer cloud, the Ort, they call it. We lost 3 ships. No warning, no debris left, just gone. The insect delegate clicked mandibles fast. Our drones entered their distant belt, the Kuiper. They sent no signal back. Sensors showed only flashes, then nothing. Elder Vorsh tapped his claw once, hard. Enough, he said. We sent one message. They heard. They did not agree. Now we send more. Murmurs rose. Some agreed. Some looked afraid. We send heads of state, Vorsh continued, 20 from the strongest worlds. No weapons, bigger ships, more tribute, more promises. We show we are serious. They may see it as weakness. Then let them see, Vorsh answered. Better weakness than the end of all things. The vote was quick. No one said no. Days passed fast. A new fleet gathered at the edge of neutral space. Not warships, diplomatic cruisers, white hulls, surrender beacons flashing bright. 20 leaders boarded. Kings, queens, hive queens, crystal elders, all equal in fear today. Kael'var went again. This time he stood at the front of the lead ship, the Star of Accord. Bigger than Dawn Whisper. Still no guns. They crossed the line together. Broadcast louder. Longer. To the people of Earth, we come again, not as rulers, as those who need your mercy. The war grows, it will touch your stars soon. We offer you a permanent seat on the council, veto power, full rights, all the core world's riches, all the knowledge we hold. Take what you want. Just stay away from the war. Do not join. Do not cross your line. We beg you, stay away from Earth in this war. The message repeated for 3 days straight. Then the waiting began again. This time it was shorter. On the 4th day a single human ship appeared, the same corvette, dark, sharp, alone. But the voice was different. This is Admiral Reyes, Earth Defense Force. You asked to speak? Speak. The bridge of the Star of Accord filled with light. A hologram rose. A human woman, short dark hair, uniform crisp and black, face calm, eyes steady. Behind her rows of other humans in the same uniform, all watching, all silent. Cale Veer stepped forward. The 20 leaders stood behind him. Admiral, he said, thank you for hearing us. We bring the offer again. Stronger this time. A seat with power, resources without limit, recognition as equals. No, as more than equals. We know your strength. We fear it. That is why we beg. Keep it inside your space. Let the war burn elsewhere. Admiral Reyes listened. She did not blink. When Cale Veer finished, she spoke one word. Why? The leaders looked at each other. Why what? Lorene asked. Why should we care who sits on your council? Reyes said. Why should we want your empty seats, your broken worlds, your promises? Cale Veer felt his feathers rise. Because if you join, even a little, the war ends in fire. Not just for them, for us all. You fight differently. You do not stop when others would. You do not accept terms. You finish things. Reyes tilted her head a small amount. And if we do nothing? Then the war may pass, Cale Veer said quickly. It may burn out before it reaches you. Or it may not. But if it does reach you, we fear what happens next. Reyes looked past them. Her eyes moved to something off-screen. In the background of her hologram, lights moved. Fast. Ships? No. Shipyards. Old frames that had sat dark for centuries now glowed with new fusion torches. Metal arms worked. Hull plates slid into place. Engines tested in short blue bursts. The leaders saw it too. You are building, the Crystal Elder said. His chime sounded sharp. Reyes did not deny it. We are always building, she said. 300 years is a long time to sit quiet. Silence stretched. Then Reyes asked again, the same question as before. If we stay out, who wins? This time no one answered fast. The Hive Queen clicked once. No one wins clean. Both sides bleed. Worlds die. Stars dim. Reyes nodded once. Small movement. Good, she said. The word hung there. Cale Veer tried one more time. Please, take the seat. Take the gifts. Just promise to stay inside. Reyes looked straight at him. We will think about it. The hologram vanished. The human ship turned. Slow. Steady. Gone. The diplomatic fleet stayed still for a long minute. No one moved. Then Cale Veer gave the order. Back to the line. Slow. They flew out. Behind them the quarantine zone stayed quiet. Too quiet. On Aloria Prime, the Council watched the full record. They saw the shipyards. They saw the calm faces. They saw the question no one could answer. Elder Vorsh closed his eyes. They are not waiting for our gifts, he said. They are waiting for the war to come closer. Lyrene's crest fell flat. What do we do now? Vorsh opened his eyes. We pray, he said. We pray the front stays away. Because if it does not, he did not finish. No one needed him to. Outside the chamber windows, stars burned steady. Somewhere far away, a small blue world turned slow and calm. Around it, shadows moved. Patient. Ready. The war did not announce itself with fanfare. It simply arrived. One quiet cycle, long-range sensors on Aloria Prime lit up with alerts. A Dominion battle fleet, 20 heavy crystal lances and 40 support shards made the jump. They appeared deep in the Oort cloud, far beyond Pluto, on the edge of human space. Their course was clear. Use the outer ice bodies for cover, slingshot past the Kuiper belt, and flank the hive lines without touching the quarantine zone directly. They thought the old rules still held. They were wrong. The first sign was small. A single Dominion scout shard vanished. No explosion, no distress call, just gone from the tactical map. Then another. Then 5 more. The fleet commander, a tall crystal named Vexthal, ordered full sensor sweeps. Nothing showed. No enemy signatures, no energy traces. Only silence. Minutes later, the main body entered the cloud. Thousands of small objects appeared on scopes. Too small for proper ships, too fast for drones. They moved like insects. No formation, no predictable path. Just sudden sharp turns that broke every known physics model for large vessels. The humans called them system defense boats. Tiny, single pilot, packed with railguns and micro-missiles. Upgraded quietly over generations. They had waited in the dark for centuries. Now they woke. Railgun fire came in harmonics no Dominion sensor had ever recorded. Clean lines of kinetic slugs punched through crystal armor like needles through glass. Shards cracked, lances split. Escape pods launched and vanished seconds later as boarding teams in heavy-powered suits tore inside. No mercy calls went out. No terms offered. The humans did not ask for surrender. They simply removed threats. Vexthal's flagship shook as grapples locked on. Alarms screamed. Crystal guards formed defensive rings. Then, the hull breached in 6 places at once. Human figures in matte black armor moved through the corridors. They did not shout. They did not hesitate. They cleared room by room with precise bursts and monomolecular blades. Vexthal stood on the bridge. His body chimed in panic. He opened a channel to the attackers. "We seek only passage. We will not touch your worlds." Static answered. A human voice cut through at last. Calm, female. "You were told to stay away." The channel closed. Minutes later, the flagship went dark. No more signals from the fleet. 20 heavy lances, 40 supports, all silent. Across the system, similar scenes played out. Hive swarms tried a different approach. They sent brood ships to harvest helium-3 from Jupiter's upper atmosphere. Easy fuel, low risk, or so they thought. Automated minefields woke. Not simple explosives, fractal patterns. Mines that split into smaller mines that split again. The swarm ships flew into clouds of self-replicating death. Broods shredded. Queens screamed over hive mind links. Entire generations ended in bright flashes against the gas giant storms. No human ships needed to leave orbit. The defenses did the work. Old, patient, lethal. On Aloria Prime, the Council watched every second through stolen feeds and long-range telescopes. The chamber was dead quiet. Kale Veer stood at the front. His feathers hung limp. "They are not choosing sides," he said. "They are cleaning their yard." Lyrim gripped the rail. "How many ships did the Dominion lose?" "All of them," the tactical AI answered. "No survivors detected." Elder Vorsh's legs trembled. "And the hive?" 3 full broods destroyed, more retreating. A crystal delegate rang softly in distress. "They will come for us next." "No," Kael'Veer said. "Not yet. They stopped at the line. They hold position. Nothing crosses out." The hollow showed it clearly. Human fleets, now 100 strong, formed a perfect sphere around Sol. Not advancing, not retreating, just there, waiting. The Council sent one last message, broadcast on every frequency into human space. Kael'Veer recorded it himself. His voice shook. "To the people of Earth, we see what you have done. We understand. Please get away from Earth. Leave this war. We will withdraw all forces from your borders. We will cede systems. We will pay any price. Just do not come for us. We beg you." He ended the recording, sent it. Static answered. Days passed. The war changed. Dominion fleets pulled back from the Orion Arm. No orders given, no explanations. Just retreat. Hive swarms stopped their advance. Queens recalled broods. Construction slowed. Feeding stopped. Both sides issued stand-down commands along the entire human border. No treaty, no talks. Just silence. Scout probes from the council crept forward. Careful, slow. They found the human line. Warships held exact positions. Engines cold. Weapons powered, but not hot. Every probe that came too close received the same calm transmission. You were told to stay away. You did not listen. The probes retreated fast. Back in the chamber, delegates stared at the blue dot on the map. Earth, untouched, calm, ringed by patient shadows. Lyrene spoke first, her voice small. They did not join the war. Kael'ver nodded slowly. They reminded us why we begged them not to. Elder Vorsh looked at the hollow for a long time. We will not send more messages, he said. We will not test the line again. No one argued. The session ended in silence. Delegates left one by one. No goodbyes, no plans. Just quiet steps away from the chamber. Kael'ver stayed. He watched the live feed. Clouds moved over oceans. Cities glowed faint at night. Around it, the human ships waited. Not angry, not eager, just there. He whispered to the empty room. They never left. They simply waited for us to come close enough to remember. The stars outside burned steady. Somewhere in the dark, a small system stayed quiet. And the galaxy learned again why no one disturbed it. Weeks passed after the fighting stopped at the edge of human space. The galaxy waited. No one knew what would happen next. On Eloria Prime, the council chamber stayed half-empty most days. Delegates came only when new data arrived. They spoke in low voices. Many looked thinner, eyes tired, feathers dull, scales faded. No one joked anymore. Long-range telescopes watched Sol every cycle. The blue world turned slow and peaceful. Clouds drifted over blue oceans. Cities glowed soft at night. No fires, no panic, just normal life. Around the system, the human fleet held its perfect circle. Hundreds of ships, engines cold, weapons silent. They did not move forward. They did not pull back. They simply stayed. Scout probes from the council tried again. Small, careful, unarmed. They sent no weapons, only sensors. They wanted to understand. The first probe got close to the line. A calm voice answered on open channel. You did not listen. The probe stopped. It sent data back fast. Then it turned and left. No shots, no chase, just the warning. More probes came. Same result. Every time. The same words, the same calm tone. The council stopped sending probes after the 10th one. Elder Vorsh sat alone in the chamber, one quiet night. The blue lights were low. He looked at the holomap. The red and gold lines of the war had frozen. Dominion fleets sat still in their core sectors. Hive swarms huddled in rim worlds. No attacks, no advances, just waiting. Vorsh whispered to himself. They stopped the war without fighting in it. Lyrene entered. Her crest hung low. She sat beside him without speaking for a long time. At last she asked, Do you think they will ever leave their line? Vorsh shook his head slow. They do not need to. They hold everything they want. Safety. Quiet. Us afraid. Kael'ver came in next. He carried no reports. Just himself. He stood at the window and looked out at the stars. I dreamed last night, he said. I saw Earth. Not from space, from the surface. I walked on green grass. Children played. People laughed. They looked up at the sky. They knew we were watching. They smiled. Not kind smiles, patient smiles, like parents watching a child learn not to touch fire. Lorene turned to him. What does that mean? Kael'ver kept looking out. It means they never feared us. Not really. They feared only that we would force them to act. Vorsh made a soft sound. Almost a laugh. Sad one. 300 years. We thought we quarantined them. We thought we kept them in a cage. But they kept us out. They kept the galaxy at arm's length. And when we came too close, they showed us the bars. The room stayed quiet. Outside on distant worlds, life tried to return to normal. Trade ships moved again. Slow, careful. Always around the big empty space marked Sol. No one crossed the old quarantine line. Not even by mistake. Stories spread. Quiet stories. In bars on rim stations. In crystal halls. In hive nests. The same tale. Do not go near Earth. They do not fight wars. They end them. If the front comes close, they clean it, like dirt on a floor. No one argued. Dominion elders met in secret. They spoke of new weapons, of ways to strike without crossing the line. But every plan ended the same way. One elder would say, and if they answer, no one had a good reply. Hive queens sent fewer drones to the front. They fed slower, built less. Queens remembered the Jupiter mines, the fractal death, the screams that still echoed in the hive mind. Both sides watched the human border like people watch a sleeping predator. Do not wake it. Do not feed it. Do not look too long. Back on Eloria Prime, Kael'ver stood before the council one last time. Not a full session, just a small group. Lorene, a few others. He spoke without notes. I will not go back, he said. No more messages, no more pleas. We have said enough. They heard, they chose. Now we live with it. Vorsh nodded slow. Agreed. The line stays. We stay behind it. Forever if needed. Lorene looked up. What if the war starts again? What if someone else pushes towards Sol? Kael'ver's black eyes were steady. Then the same thing happens. They remind us, and we remember again. No one spoke after that. The meeting ended. Months turned to years. The great conflagration never restarted. Not fully. Small fights happened far away. But near Sol, nothing moved. The human fleet stayed. Always there. A quiet wall. Children on Earth grew up hearing old stories. About visitors from far stars. About ships that came to beg. About how the stars learned manners. Old admirals smiled when they told the tales. Young pilots listened and nodded. In space, the defense boats patrolled. Small, fast, ready. The galaxy moved on, different now, quieter, near one small yellow star. One day, far in the future, a new species would ask an old question. Why do we never go to Sol? And the answer would come quick, from every mouth, every mind. Because they asked us to stay away, and we listened. On Earth, the blue world turned. People lived, loved, built, laughed, looked at the stars sometimes. Not in fear, not in pride, just calm. They knew. They had always known. The galaxy feared them once, then begged them, then learned. And in the silence after, humanity did not conquer, did not rule, did not even speak. They simply stayed home, and that was enough. The stars stayed bright. The war stayed cold. The line stayed firm. And somewhere in the dark, patient shadows watched over a small blue marble. They never needed to move again. Because the galaxy had finally learned the lesson. Do not disturb Earth.